Today we're talking Eiffel Tower level controversy, paintings that were called garbage, and music that started an actual riot. And then I'm going to connect it to why clients reject great design. And I will be sharing a client horror story that still haunts me till this day. So let's go. So the Eiffel Tower was originally built in 1887 for the 1889 World Fair in Paris. Gustave Eiffel's big idea, a 1,000-foot iron structure towering over the city. Paris at the time was ornate stone and romantic architecture. And then boom, a giant iron skeleton pops up. And critics absolutely lost it. They called it things like a monstrous black smokestack, a ridiculous tower dominating Paris, and the ultimate diss, a skeleton of disgrace. Dramatic much? But here's the thing to understand, the outrage, it came from visual shock. People weren't ready for still minimalism in a city of stone. And now, people literally propose on it. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to fast forward a little bit to the art world in the 1870s. Monet, Renoir, Degas. Their style was loose and full of light and color, but a lot of critics during that time called their work unfinished. They literally said that it looked like wallpaper in its embryonic state. The name, Impressionism, that was actually an insult. It was meant to mock Monet's Impression sunset. And let's dissect that. Why all the hate? It's because people at that time, they were used to hyper-realistic and polished paintings. In the public eye, it looks sloppy and messy and almost offensive to the academic art world. And today, museums fight to hang these paintings. They are worth millions. And it turns out that the blurry brush strokes weren't the end of civilization. Speaking of misunderstood geniuses, did you guys know that Van Gogh only sold one painting in his lifetime? His brushwork was unrefined. Critics basically said, cool, so finger paintings from adults. And now his work breaks auction records. And Starry Nights, it is basically the Beyoncé of paintings. It's proof that being ahead of the time could feel like failure in the moment. Now let's fast forward a little more to 1913. Stravinsky premiered the Rite of Spring, a ballet with music that was so intense and dissonant, the audience actually rioted, like throwing literal punches in the theater. And you might ask why. But it is because that ballet performance, it broke every musical rule that the public was used to. And now it is studied as a masterpiece in modern music. Nobody is fist fighting in the orchestra hall anymore. When architects like Mies van der Rohe started designing skyscrapers out of glass and steel in the early 20th century, critics called them soulless boxes. Too stark, too cold. And today, the aesthetic basically screams corporate prestige. Minimalism ended up winning. So why do we hate what's new? Our brains love familiarity. Anything that's not familiar, it kind of feels like a threat. That's why clients say things like, can you make it look more like insert competitor's name here? That right there is fear talking. Safe feels comfortable, but the thing about design is it's not about comfort. It's about solving problems for the future. And sometimes that means that people will hate it at first. Okay, so here's my little story time. I pitched a campaign with bold, modern typography. It was so clean, so fresh. And the client loved it until they didn't. Suddenly, they wanted things like make the font smaller. Or can we use something more friendly like Comic Sans? And I am telling you right now, my soul left my body. But I get it, they were scared. To them, the bold choice, it felt too risky. So unfortunately, we went safe. And that project, it never made it to my portfolio. So here's what all these stories teach us. Your job is to educate, not execute. Bold ideas will always feel uncomfortable at first. And if the Eiffel Tower can go from a skeleton of disgrace to a global icon, your good design could survive all the hate too. So next time someone says that looks weird, just smile. Today's weird can be timeless tomorrow. Okay. Drop your client horror stories in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe because I make videos just like this every single week. That's all I have for you guys for now. See you next time. Bye.